welcome back. This is Dr. Lynn Fox, and I'm here to share with you one of the finest programs that I think is available to any teacher. It's called TESA, Teacher Expectations and Student Achievement. So we have already discussed and shared information on what it's all about and how it's set up. So we're ready to move on to the first interaction, which is called calling on all students, engaging each and every student in your classroom, the low achievers as well as the high achievers. So how do we go about doing that and doing it in such a way that the students do re-engage? So here's number one of my suggestions today. Take that old class list that everybody has, and if you're a sub, it's the first thing and first tool you have. Look through it, number the students besides each name, put a number, and then decide the first question you're going to call on all the odd students, those that have an odd number, and do maybe 5 of those. And then the next question, or the next set of questions, call on the even number students. The idea is to alternate and to randomly call on, not call on the same 5 students that raise their hand and ask to answer the question. Why? Because they always are the ones that know the answer and that are engaged. The idea with TESA is to get all your students engaged and give them the same opportunity to learn and to grow from the experience today. Number 2, get a deck of cards. Cards can come in handy in many ways, but with TESA it's a great thing because you could have handed out these cards to the students as they come in the room, and then as you're asking a question, you say, okay, those that have the ace of clubs, this question's for you. And then you just pull out a card randomly and call on someone, and you ask who has the 2 of spades. So that way you are giving everyone the same opportunity. There's some novelty to it, and again, you are getting the students to respond. The third idea that I want to share with you is one where you use other tools that you have readily available. The chalkboard or the whiteboard in most classrooms today. And instead of having one person answer the question, you have 5 or 6 students go up, and then you ask a question, they write down the answer, and you have 6 people instead of one person answering the questions. Multiple people engaged. On this note, I'm now going to turn it over to Sandra. She has a number of additional ideas, but there is one that I want to just bring to your attention. It's a simple one. Everybody's sitting at their seat. You ask the question, and you give the students answer A, answer B, or answer C. And you say, all those that think answer A is correct, thumbs up. If you think it's incorrect, thumbs down. And then you go through A, B, and C. And you look around, you're learning not only who has it correct, but who doesn't and who's even close. So again, it's not one student raising his or her hand and asking to be involved in the learning, but all your students. So on that note, I turn you over to Sandra. Have a great day and enjoy TESA.
Hi, I am Sandra Elliott and a colleague of Dr. Lynn Fox, and I'd like to give you some thoughts about what you can do if you're a sub in a classroom and you're using TESA. Specifically, if you want to get an equal distribution of responses, one of the things you can do is take in your class list, which I believe Dr. Fox mentioned, and get an extra copy, mark off as you have called on various people to keep you on top of the fact that you're not repeatedly responding to the raised hands of the same people. Another one that's really good is to use think, pair, share. And whether or not they are in pairs, if you, instead of immediately calling for a response, you ask them to think about it, pair up, and share their answers, and then go around and get responses. Another idea that you can use is to visualize a shape, for instance, a circle. And as you're calling on students, you would call on people, the top of the circle, you would sort of visually go around, and then perhaps you would come down in the middle. But this gives you sort of a visual to make sure you're getting an equal distribution of responses. Again, I'm Sandra Elliott.